support reparations for Black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
And there you have it. It's Kamala Harris, in her own words, letting us know how she feel. But she ain't alone. I mean, it's a whole bunch of people in politics, in our Congressional Black Caucus, and other places who aren't really working for us. If Kamala Harris was working for us, and if she was one of us, there's no way she'd be able to speak about us like that, because everyone has made up their mind and they just haven't told us. We just don't know. We're the last to be told. A lot of us are figuring it out, but with no confirmation. It's kind of like Biden is brain dead, running for president, just not going to make it. It's just not going to happen. And we don't know what he's like physically as well, but it's going to fall into Kamala Harris's lap. And that wasn't their goal. Their goal wasn't to put her into the White House. They were going to appease us by making her vice president, and us feeling like another Black had accomplished something, and let her hang in there. He'd do his term, and they didn't understand that Trump would be so strong and have not gone away. So now we have to deal with reality. And the reality is that Black people need to deal with Kamala Harris differently. We can't give her a pass because she's not giving us any. She's not giving us anything. She's coming up with the LIFT Act, and the LIFT Act is about poor people. Well, we are poor people, but we're a special class. We should be able to sleep till 9 o'clock and then get up and go get those benefits. We shouldn't have to get up at 5 a.m. and go stand in a line somewhere because there's a bunch of other poor people who are going to beat us there. It's just not going to happen. You can't keep bringing people into this country who are poorer than we are, and we've been here since slavery, and then in a few years, they're business owners. You just can't keep doing it. And no, Kamala, it's a no for me. I'm not supporting you. I hope that anybody who sees this video don't support you, but I hope they understand when their friends get them over a drink or they're sitting around having a little smoke and chilling. I want everybody to understand this. If anybody tries to pressure you into voting for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or any Democrat, pressure you, then you should have a problem with that. But if they want to sit down and have a discussion with you and tell you all the wonderful things that the Democrats have done for us, and what they are currently working on is going to really help us, and not some more laws that are going to just get the police's knee off our neck for another election season, but some real benefits. No one can tell you that. They just look at you and say, oh my God, I can't believe you'll vote for Trump. I would. I'd vote for Trump if he negotiated with us. If he sat down and said, you know what, you guys have been treated like, you know how you do it. Clown us, make us look ridiculous. What do you want? He can give us each very small item, and it would surpass anything we've been getting from the Democratic Party, considering that we're putting them in office. We're electing presidents. We're partially responsible and significantly responsible for that. And then we don't get nothing back. Biden and them can't sit down and think, nah, not at all. Well, hey, we can't. No, we got to give them something. And Kamala is on that train. They keep speaking it to us right in our face. Whenever they're asked a question about reparations, they got to go on and on and on until they can incorporate other poor people in it. Poor Asians who just got to the country, poor Hispanics who just got to the country. Why should we be in the same line with people who just got to the country and we were slaves? You guys need to think about that, and don't let nobody bully you out of your vote. And don't vote for Trump just because everybody say things are better with him. And I don't know about that either. We got a lot of digging to do. But I think if we make black people ourselves the priority, we're gonna come out of this okay. We keep putting everybody holding the door and then somebody else run through it. We need to stop. We're gonna let that door go. Go in yourself and close it behind you. Because that's the point we're at right now. It ain't working out for us over here too good. And if we keep getting these uh, representatives, leaders, surrogates, I mean, we got some really intelligent black people in this country who could really collectively do a lot. But I don't know what the problem is. And the only thing that I can feel that it could possibly be would be resistance. It ain't like these people ain't got the right idea and ain't got plans, but it's resistance. And if the resistance is so strong that the decision has already been made that you got what you got and you ain't getting nothing else, and our elected leaders know it, and they're not willing to translate that or communicate that to us, then we got to get rid of them. And I don't mean vote them out. We need to get rid of them as far as dealing with them in a system that was set up for us not to prevail, for us not to go anywhere, for us not to do anything, hopefully for us not to even be in it. So with that being said, and with everybody knowing the facts, then it's time for us to start doing differently. Leaders going up there and taking their shoes off and playing cuddle foot under the table with Biden ain't going to get it no more. And then Kamala comes in and she's a very articulate and very intelligent person, but her heart ain't with us either, folks. And we got to hold her to task. We got to make sure that she does some of the things that we expect a black female president to do, even though she isn't. But if she wants to play that part, then she's going to have to read the script. And the script is going to be written by us. And with that, meet me on the next Black Popcorn, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you on the next one.